What's going on there, watch fans? It's Amit Dev Honda, and welcome to my video review of the Tudor Black Bay Black. I just got my Tudor Black Bay Black, and I'm absolutely in love. This is a vintage tool watch executed in a modern day way. Tudor is a brand owned by Rolex, for those of you who don't know. I do have the Tudor Black Bay Red, but getting the Tudor Black Bay Black was a dream as soon as I saw the Tudor Black Bay 1. The Tudor Black Bay 1 was a one-off piece that Tudor created and basically donated to auction off for Only Auction Watch, which basically does research for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Last week, the Tudor Black Bay 1 was auctioned off in Geneva by Phillips Auction House for a staggering over 20 times its original value of $375,000. The Tudor Black Bay Black was Tudor's response to the public's demand for a variation of the Tudor Black Bay 1. There are a lot of similarities, and there are subtle differences, I should say. The first similarity you see, if you look at the bezel at the 12 o'clock position, the black bezel, there's a red triangle, upside down triangle, right at the 12 o'clock marker. That is very definitive and distinctive of a vintage piece from the 1950s. So that's a very, very, very cool touch that Tudor was able to do on both these models. The dials are very similar, however, the hands are different. This watch has snowflake hands, and the Tudor Black Bay 1 has pencil hands, which is a lot more definitive, and more of a reproduction piece, closer to the original from 1954. Both watches have stainless steel crowns that are screw-down crowns, and they both have anodized aluminum black tubes. With a nice thing with the Tudor Black Bay is the details. If you get the Black Bay Red, the anodized tube would be red. If you get the Black Bay Midnight Blue, the anodized tube would be midnight blue. So the tube matches the bezel. And this is water resistant to 200 meters or over 600 feet. So it's very water resistant. The movements are the same. The movement is the ETA 2824 movement that's been modified for Tudor. The watch has a great thickness. It has a great profile. Besides the hands being different, also the second hand is a little different. On the Tudor Black Bay 1, there's instead of that geometric shape that you see on the second hand, there's like a circular disc, much like the indices at the end of the second hand on the Tudor Black Bay 1. Also, the bracelet is different. If you look here, the bracelet is definitely integrated more into the case. You can definitely, it's like one piece almost. You can see there. But the Tudor Black Bay 1, there's more of a final link. So there's a space between where the bezel is and where these lugs here are. So there would be like a space in that area. And otherwise, the bracelet is the same. If you want to achieve that bracelet, you can certainly do that by buying the bracelet that's on the Tudor Ranger. And I believe that's like $300 or $400 for the bracelet. This is a 41 millimeter size, so it's a 1 millimeter bigger than a Rolex Submariner. I like the fact that this has no date. So no date is great because it doesn't break up the symmetry of the dial. It's also more original looking. I just like how original it is. And if you look at the dial carefully, it's not black. It's like a really beautiful chocolate color. And that's called like a patina. It's made, it's purposely made that way so that it looks more vintage, it looks more original. I love the fact that there's, gold piping around the indices, around the hands, around the second hand. There's that beautiful gilt writing or gold writing that makes the dial really warm and rich and more historic looking. I have to give Tudor a lot of credit for coming out with this watch. Originally, when the watch, was announced on October 15th, the Tudor Black Bay Black, they were going to only make this watch for about a year. And after the auction results, Tudor decided that they would definitely make this watch as part of the production line or the core line of the Tudor Black Bay collection. I personally feel it's awesome. I think people who are in the dark about Tudor, or who think it's like a stepchild of the older brother Rolex, really need to look at this brand more seriously and realize that they've made incredible strides. I mean, not only have they made their own movement this year that they came out with on two models, and I'm sure if this watch is ever fitted with a new in-house movement, it would only be a couple of hundred more. This watch retails for $3,425 on a bracelet, $3,100 on a black distressed leather strap. Both versions, you get a really nice nato strap, which is a hand woven nylon, and it's absolutely beautiful, amazing hardware, a joy to use, an absolute joy to use. So that's great as well. And it's got a great thickness to it too. I mean, if you look at the thickness of the case, it definitely has some heft to it. It's a watch to wear for the future. It's a watch to own for the future. The watch is already flying off shelves. I'm sure it's just that has increased tenfold since the auction. And the beauty too is for you newbies out there, if this is a piece that you automatically have street credibility automatically, which is amazing for such a low price point watch. I mean, you're gonna be talking with the best of them, people who have ten to $20,000 watch collections or vintage Rolex collections. It's just so historically accurate for the most part. It's well made. It's well styled. It's beautiful. I don't have anything but great things to say about this watch. This is something you can wear with everything. You could wear it with a suit. You can wear it with jeans. And what's going on there, watch fans? I also wanted to go over with you and show you how incredible this bezel is on the Tudor Black Bay Black. It's very solid in construction. When you turn it, you really feel how you can hear the clicks. You can feel it. It's easy grip. It's just incredible. You can tell it's a really quality made machine that's really, really built to last. This is the kind of feeling you get on watches that are far more expensive. So, you definitely get a unidirectional bezel. It only turns to the left. It locks in. It's for divers. A lot of people who are divers, they hem and haw that it doesn't have, the extension link on the bracelet for a wetsuit, but I would recommend that on the Pelagos model, to be honest with you. In my opinion, this is more of like a tool watch that you really take care of. Yeah, you can beat it up, you can wear it. It's 200 meters water resistant, but I think it's meant to be worn. You don't. I would swim with it no problem. It's got it's rated a diver's watch. Anything above 200 meters is officially a diver's watch, but this is a watch that I honestly wouldn't really. I mean, I'd probably take it on the NATO strap if I was going in the ocean, and make sure that you hose off. Make sure you really wash the watch very thoroughly. Like if you're going to expose it to salt water or anything like that, it's very important that it doesn't, because from what I'm hearing, the aluminum treatments on the crown tube, which is located right there inside the black part in there, and even the bezel, you just don't want any chance of anything going. Not that anything will go wrong. It's very high grade stainless steel, but this is not really meant to. You can dive with it, but it's not really meant for that purpose. Even though it's rated a diver's watch, I would wear it every day with suits, casually with shorts. I'd swim with it no problem in a regular pool. I'd even go in the ocean with it, but you definitely want to make sure that you take care of it and you treat it with respect. But there was the bezel. Again, look at the details. Even the Tudor rose on the side of the crown. The bracelet is it's so well made. I mean, you can see just the construction of it. It's very, very, very secure. I use the bracelet of my Tudor Black Bay Red, which has been scratched up. I've had a lot of wear and tear on it. So, even though I just got the Tudor Black Bay Black, I kept it on my old bracelet so I don't, ruin my new bracelet. That's like a backup bracelet. But you can even see, it's just very, very, very solid, very secure. When it closes, it's like when you close a door of a German car. It's got that weight to it and that heft and that incredible construction of quality and design mixed together. So